shot up in the club. That nigga shot the club up, nigga. And then, niggas trying to send him some Jordans and some weed and trying to play funny. Bow! He shot niggas, but yo, that nigga busts his guns. So I believe him.
I think you should just stay in your place, brother. You shouldn't even speak on that type of lifestyle because you're not living that type of life.
What started as a simple tweet about leaving the streets behind has now snowballed into a dangerous situation that could turn deadly. Sources are claiming Pooh Shiesty may have sent people after Blueface. And when rappers with real street ties and actual gang affiliations start clashing, things can spiral fast. This isn't just rap cap. These are two artists who aren't only talking about street life in their lyrics, they've lived it. And history has shown us time and time again. When real street figures with crash-out crews begin beefing online, it rarely stays on social media for long. Industry insiders are now warning that the situation could end in serious violence. T.O. understand how it all reached this point. We need to rewind to where the chaos truly began. 21 Savage and his controversial F the Streets movement that sent shockwaves to the rap game. During the rollout for his latest album, 21 Savage tweeted 3 simple words that sparked a massive reaction across the culture. But this wasn't just a random moment of reflection. It was strategic. It was business. Behind the scenes, 21 was attempting to unite Atlanta's biggest names and push them to squash long-standing beefs, most notably the tension surrounding Young Thug and Ghana, a situation that had deeply divided the city. And here's where the industry hypocrisy becomes impossible to ignore. The same labels, media platforms, and insiders who once blackballed Gunna, branding him a snitch and pushing a toxic narrative suddenly wanted back in his good graces. Why? Because he was winning without them. Millions of streams, sold-out shows, independent success. Once the money started flowing, the industry's morals disappeared. 21 Savage knew exactly what he was doing with that tweet, and what followed would ignite a chain reaction that no one could control. He was carefully positioning himself as a peacemaker and the voice of reason, all while quietly promoting his album and angling for a Ghana collaboration that could generate serious money for both sides. It was a calculated business move disguised as street wisdom, and it worked perfectly. The tweet had everyone talking about 21 Savage right as his album was set to drop. That's when Pooh Shiesty decided to follow the wave and echo 21's message. The Memphis rap-along, known for his deep street connections, posted on his Instagram story, "The streets too." Coming from someone like Pooh Shiesty, that statement shocked a lot of people. His entire career and reputation were built on being tied to the streets of Memphis, a city consistently ranked among the most violent in America. Pooh Shiesty wasn't just rapping about street life, he was living it, leading it, and profiting from it. His image was rooted in being an authentic street figure, someone fans believed was really about that life. So when he appeared to turn his back on the streets, it sent shockwaves through his circle and left his fan base confused about where he really stood. But Blueface wasn't buying any of it. The California rapper watched this trend unfold and decided to call it out publicly. He took to social media, accusing these rappers of following the wave like sheep and pretending to be something they weren't. In his eyes, it was fake, hypocritical, and nothing more than a clout move, and he made sure everyone knew how he felt.
You should just stay in your place, brother. You shouldn't even speak on that type of lifestyle because you're not living that type of life.
Blueface saw straight through it. Most of the rappers screaming F*** the streets were the same ones who built their entire careers off street credibility. He wasn't afraid to call out what he saw as pure hypocrisy. And honestly, his point made sense. How do you spend years rapping about street life, claiming gangs, moving weight, and enforcing respect, then suddenly switch up and denounce the streets just because it became the new trend? To Blueface, it looked like a lot of rappers were blindly following 21 Savage's lead without thinking about how that move would look to their own people. The message might have played well online, but in the real world, it raised serious questions about authenticity. AT first, Pooh Shiesty completely ignored Blueface shots. No responses. No sneak disses. No acknowledgement at all. He kept posting like nothing was going on. But if you paid close attention, the signs were there that something was quietly building behind the scenes. Pooh Shiesty started posting Instagram stories, showing himself playing Call of Duty with NLE Choppa. And anyone tapped into the culture knows that NLE Choppa and Blueface have long-standing issues. Their beef runs deeper than musicians, tied to real street politics, disrespect, and territorial tension. This wasn't just two rappers who didn't like each other's sound. There's genuine animosity there, as when Pooh Shiesty began publicly showing love to NLE Choppa Gaming together. Laughing at Upit sent a loud message. Blueface immediately understood what was happening. This wasn't random. Pooh Shiesty was choosing a side, and it clearly wasn't Blueface. Those gaming sessions weren't just casual fun between artists. They were calculated moves, subtle signals that the situation was escalating beyond social media and into something much more serious to I end the streets. Who you associate with speaks louder than anything you could ever say. Alignments send messages, and Pooh Shiesty was making it clear he was standing with people Blueface considered enemies. That's how street politics work. You don't always announce your position out loud. Sometimes your moves say everything for you. After that, things went quiet for a few weeks. Both sides appeared to move on, and fans started thinking the whole situation might fade away like most social media beefs do. But then everything shifted. Pooh Shiesty posted another Instagram story that completely flipped the narrative and reignited the tension. This time, instead of distancing himself from the streets, he doubled back and declared, "I am the streets." It was a full reversal of what he had implied just weeks earlier. The post came with gritty visuals and aggressive music, reinforcing his gangster image and making it clear he wasn't backing away from that identity. That move raised eyebrows across the industry. It suggested one of two things. Either Pooh Shiesty was feeling real pressure from his inner circle for appearing go soft, or he was setting the stage for something bigger. When you're viewed as a leader with dozens of people tied to you, talking about leaving the streets can create serious tension within your own ranks. Members don't want to hear about going legit while they're still risking their freedom and their lives. Posting "I am the streets" was Pooh Shiesty's way of reasserting control. It was damage control within his camp and a message to outsiders that he was still the same figure they knew. At the same time, though, that quick flip made him look unstable to some on the outside, like someone unsure of his stance, bouncing between images depending on pressure. And in a world where perception is everything, that kind of indecision can be just as dangerous as picking the wrong side. But Blueface was watching everything, and he wasn't about to let that slide. The moment he saw that Instagram story, he took it straight to Twitter and fired off a response. "Nah, dog, we seen what you said already. The streets traumatized, buddy." That tweet hit on multiple levels. Blueface was openly calling Pooh Shiesty out for switching sides and not standing on what he previously said. But the word traumatized was the real shot. It suggested that Pooh Shiesty was shaken by the very streets he built his image on, confused, pressured, and unsure of himself. For someone who claims leadership status and has branded himself as fearless, that kind of disrespect cuts deep. It questions his mindset, his authority, and his authenticity all at once. The tweet went viral almost instantly. Fans, bloggers, and even other rappers jumped into the conversation. Some agreed with Blueface, saying he was right to expose the flip-flopping. Others felt he was unnecessarily stirring the pot. But what most people missed was the bigger picture. This wasn't just rap beef anymore. This was street politics being played out in public. That Blueface tweet also made one thing clear. He had been paying close attention. He remembered the original F***** the streets post. He saw the sudden switch to "I am the streets." And he publicly called out the contradiction for everyone to see. That level of attention meant Pooh Shiesty couldn't brush this off the way he ignored earlier dices. And here's where things get uncomfortable. Pooh Shiesty hasn't responded publicly, but in street culture, silence doesn't mean nothing is happening. If anything, it often means the opposite. When talking stops and people move quietly, that's when situations tend to escalate. Pooh Shiesty isn't viewed as just another rapper playing a role for the cameras. He's widely perceived as someone with real influence in Memphis, a city that regularly ranks among the most dangerous in America. His name is tied to an organization with dozens of members who take disrespect seriously. These aren't online trolls or industry actors. These are individuals known for handling issues off camera, and that's why this situation has people watching closely. Because at this point, it's no longer about tweets, captions, or clout. It's about how far real-life consequences can go when ego, reputation, and street politics collide. Calling a leader traumatized in front of millions of people is the kind of disrespect that rarely gets brushed off. In street culture, reputation is everything. When someone publicly questions your mindset and your leadership, letting it slide can be seen as weakness, especially to the people who look to you for direction. What makes the situation even more volatile is that neither side is viewed as just an industry rapper. Both Blueface and Pooh Shiesty are seen as having real street credibility and real connections. Blueface may be from California, but he's tied in with serious figures and has built a reputation for standing on what he says, regardless of the consequences. He's never been known to back down easily down the other side. Pooh Shiesty has a strong base of loyalty in Memphis, and his name is associated with people who take disrespect personally, especially when it involves their leader. That's why industry insiders are watching the situation closely. There's quiet talk that things may already be moving behind the scenes, though nothing has been confirmed, and both camps are keeping things low-key. Still, history shows that when pride and public disrespect mix with street politics, situations can escalate quickly. The most unsettling part is how familiar this pattern feels. Hip-hop has seen too many conflicts start online and end in real-life tragedy. The difference here is that this isn't just verbal sparring for clout. Both sides are believed to have organizations behind them, which raises the stakes far beyond music or social media. The irony is impossible to ignore. What began as 21 Savage, encouraging rappers to distance themselves from street life, has somehow helped spark a conflict rooted in the very thing that message was supposed to avoid. Pooh Shiesty's shift from the streets to I am the streets highlights the kind of pressure leaders can face from their own circles. When someone at the top starts talking about leaving that life behind, it can be interpreted as weakness or abandonment by those still risking everything. That reversal may have helped him reassert his position internally, but also gave Blueface the opening to publicly question his authenticity. Now both sides are boxed in. Blueface can't walk back his words without losing face. Pooh Shiesty can't ignore the disrespect without undermining his authority.